The Connemara Mussel Festival is a celebration of community, food and culture based here in sunny Renville every May weekend. Initially established to promote mussels from the region here, from Killary Harbour, but it's become much more of a community festival, very inclusive, which centres around food, but also around culture, entertainment and the environment, including walks and talks that are going to take place over the weekend. Promoting our own food and our own produce is essential, and for a community based around the Atlantic, where you have a fantastic natural resource of seafood, it's really important. And it's not just about promoting the excellence of it, but it's about making it accessible to everybody. So over the weekend, a lot of the chefs are going to be cooking things that can really promote the use of fish and fish produce and sea life in actual people's meals, and that's hugely important for us as well as a community.
The College of Tourism and Arts has been associated with the Connemara Mussel Festival for the last 4 years, and this year in particular we're doing something a little bit different. We're managing the cooking demonstration space, which we're calling Feed, here at the festival for the 2 days. So we have a variety of cooking demonstrations, we have talks, we have some competitions, celebrity and amateur competitions, and of course we have some culinary arts students coming out as well who are taking part in competitions. So a lot of fun, but also a lot of education, and also an opportunity to share with people the great food we have here in Connemara and on the Renville Peninsula.
Sponsorship is very important to the festival because it actually couldn't run without it. It comes in various forms. We get grants from Fáilte Ireland, from Galway County Council, but a large part of the sponsorship is from small businesses in the area, larger businesses nationally, and individuals. And it's just absolutely vitally important. The boat you can see behind me with the shields on it, these shields are all of local businesses and so on, which have sponsored us, and that's the way we show our appreciation, is by putting their names up there on the Viking ship. It's become a community social thing, so certainly locally it's much easier to get sponsorship than it used to be. Getting the bigger sponsors, the national companies, well, you just have to fight along with everybody else, you know, and the money is there if you look hard enough.
We were here for the first time last year, and it will quickly, from when we arrived, it was obvious that it was going to be our favourite festival of the year, because it was kind of different from other festivals which are about attracting an audience. They have a strong commercial element, and this one really was about the community and the people and what they did and the way they danced and how they partied. And in that regard, it struck me very much as something that I'd seen 30 years before in France, when at the end of the Vendage, the villages in Burgundy would get together, and the festival was just about them. It was about them and where they lived and what they did, and the fact that the harvest was in. And okay, there was business came later, but the festival was primarily about the local people, and that was what we saw last year in the Connemara Mussel Festival, and that's why we're back. It's small. It's not aiming to get big and massive and successful and commercial. It's just people saying, well, this is who we are, this is where we are, and this is what we do. I think it's vital that every festival is as green as it can possibly be. You know, the key element for anybody who is travelling anywhere is leave no footprint, and I think that has to be true not just of people travelling in areas like this on the west coast of Ireland. It also has to be true of the organisation of the festival, and in order that people are pointing towards the sustainability of the region for their children and their children's children, and so that when, you know, Monday morning comes, it's as if the festival just disappeared into the thin air, and the physical elements are all gone, but what we have of course is memories, and that's really the key thing to take away from something like the Connemara Mussel Festival. This is our 10th Connemara Mussel Festival here in Tullycross, and for this festival we've actually teamed up with Galway County Council and on the Green Your Festival initiative, and the idea is that we promote environmental sustainability practices during the festival and that we leave no trace. This year we're actually focusing on waste, so we have a segregated waste system for general waste, for recycled waste, and also for compostable waste. And so we've teamed up with a company in Cork called Down to Earth Materials, and all of our coffee cups, coffee lids, stirrers, all of our food containers, napkins, everything is certifiable compostable. That can go into our compost waste bins, and it's collected by Barna Waste, who are also one of our sponsors here this weekend, and we segregate our waste that way, both at the market and in the marquee. There's quite a bit involved in actually implementing a waste segregation system. One of the first things is getting information to people. So we have signs around the place. We've got very clear bins that are marked, and they're big, colourful bins, so it's very identifiable that there's 3 different systems
those. But you also then have to work out who's emptying those bins, who's in charge of that, making sure that the right bins are emptied into the right then containers which are going to be taken away. And most of it is about information, and every person who's selling coffee this weekend is actually spreading that message, telling people don't forget your cups are compostable and they can go into the compost bins.
I'm coming here for 10 years since this was born, and it's just the most wonderful experience of my life, and it's growing day by day, and even the mussels are growing, and they're even getting sweeter, you know, and Marty's mussels now are worldwide known, and this in Tullycross-Renville area, and it's unbelievable, the crowds that come here from all over the world, not alone Ireland. It's amazing, and all we can do with mussels, and they're so wonderful to eat, take a few minutes and you've the healthiest food you could ever digest.
And if you haven't experienced the wonderful Connemara Mussel Festival, make sure it's on your to-do list for next year's May Bank Holiday weekend. Now, there's no secret that we love Galway and everything it has to offer, including its nightlife. And we're delighted to announce that Galway has been awarded the Purple Flag of Approval.
It's another great recognition for this town that we have a very safe nighttime economy alive and active in Galway. We first became aware of Purple Flag back in the autumn of 2013. Ennis had secured the title at that stage. It's based on a British model, and it's about saying, look, your city is a safe city, but it's especially safe at night time. And the idea of Purple Flag is to drive on from winning the award to make Galway at night time a family-friendly city. So over time, one would hope that more shops might stay open to encourage families to come in and enjoy the nightlife that's in Galway, the restaurants, the hotels, and then people who want to stay on in the city. It's a collaborative approach. It's saying we're working with the Gardaí, with the business groups, with the business associations, the Chamber of Commerce, and we're collectively collaborating to say Galway is a safe city. Come into it, you can enjoy it, you can have a good time here, and you can be safe while you're doing it.
Well, it's another huge award that Galway City can now use to promote the city. We've just become the UNESCO City of Film, but by having the Purple Flag status, it means now that we can actually promote Galway to be a destination in the evenings. Not just so, a lot of the shops will close down, say at 9 o'clock on a Thursday and a Friday night. This will actually encourage more business to stay open later in the evening. It actually makes it more family friendly, that more people will come into town and experience all that's great about Galway in the evenings. But also what it means is that by having all of the groups that came together on this occasion, like you had the Latin Quarter, the West End Traders, the City Business Association, the Chamber of Commerce, they all got involved in it, and it shows you that everybody wanted to promote the city in a new way, more family friendly. It's a safer environment to go into. It's not all about the drink, you know, it's actually about what Galway has, the festivals, the shopping experience, and also the fact that the people do live in the town as well, so they were taken into consideration as well in promoting the town, and looking at ways that we could actually promote Galway in other ways across Europe.
Now, there was a long application process and a lot of people involved in it. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, originally what happened was it was the new city manager, Brendan McGrath, had come to, when he first came to Galway, said this thing about the Purple Flag. The Dublin Culture Quarter had gotten one of the first ones. So we looked at their model, and involving the Guards, the Tidy Towns Committee, the City Council, all of those various business groups, bringing everybody together, looking at the criteria, what was needed, and then turning around and saying, right, this is what we need to do to make this, to win it. So because we had introduced a Galway alcohol strategy last year, that was a box ticked. Then we turned around and we looked at, we'd say, the street cleaning crews and how they operate in the mornings, the fast food takeaways, the security staff that are on the doors, the Gardaí talking to them, the Galway na Gaeilge, having the use of the Irish language in the town, all of those ticked boxes. So it was a series of meetings. We all met upstairs originally in the King's Head, then we met down in the Chamber of Commerce, then at City Hall, and then when the judges came, it was a brilliant evening that we had. We brought them in right smack bam during the Christmas festival, so they went through Ayr Square. We brought them on the tourist train around the town, down to the Town Hall Theatre, showed them what the theatres do. Then we had, we say, our starter in the brasserie, Then we walked up to town. We had our main course in the Malt House. Then we went down to the Crane Bar and we had a pint and watched a bit of trad music. Then we visited a taxi office and they showed us how the Halo system works and how the taxi industry works. We went into Monroe's then for live music, and then we went up to town. We watched what was happening, people going into the nightclubs and coming out of the nightclubs that night. So from 6 o'clock until about 4 o'clock in the morning, we were with them right through that night when the judges came, and they were blown away by, first of all, how well everybody knew everybody in town, but also at the same time how really fun Galway was at the time.
We became involved in it at the early stages in conjunction with Galway City Council and Galway Chamber of Commerce. And we were delighted to be asked to be part of it. Our involvement would have been compiling crime statistics and making all the relevant information of the job that we do known to the Purple Flag assessors when they came about.
Now, in terms of the criteria, there was some strict criteria and you were able to supply a lot of information regarding that.
Sure, yeah. Well, as I mentioned already, we had to supply copious amounts of crime statistics for particular areas, which isn't that easy for us to do, but we managed it through our crime analysis section. In addition to that, I think they were particularly impressed with our CCTV room in the station and how it operates and helps as a very effective policing tool for us in the day-to-day operation of our duties.
We were delighted to be asked to be part of it because we look on the Purple Flag as something really important for Galway. It's important for the people living here and it's important for visitors. It's a complete nighttime offering. So what we're looking at with the Purple Flag is being able to tell everyone who lives here and everyone who comes here that this is a safe, welcoming city with a super nighttime offering for anyone who comes here.
And there's another great accolade for Galway to add to its collection. Well, that's it for part one. Remember, if you'd like to suggest a story for us to cover, you can email us at galway@irishtv.ie or contact us on social media. The details are on screen. Join me in part two, where we meet some of Galway's top businesswomen and be entertained by my fellow sponges.
Galway County Matters, in association with Gort Golf Club. 365 days of championship golf on your doorstep. www.gortgolf.com.
Tyre sealant is an instrumental part of best practice fleet management and saves industry millions in lost productivity. AdSeal has been designed to eliminate on-site punctures and in turn save time and money. On average, we save our clients tens of thousands of pounds annually. But don't just take our word for it. Here is what they have to say.
Hi, I'm Adrian Cutler, Quarry Manager for Holme Sand and Ballast, running the Masters Quarry, Puddletown Road, Wareham. The quarry predominantly produces washed sand for concreting, aggregates, etc. It's predominantly a sand quarry, but we are processing the odd gravel now and again. The benefit of having AdSeal is we can manage the tyres along with our routine maintenance. Prior to AdSeal, we were having 5 punctures a month, and at least one of those would stop production. If the plant has to stop, it costs us between £1,000 and £3,000 an hour, depending on what we're processing. On an annual basis, punctures alone could cost us in the region of £50,000 or more. Since having the AdSeal installed, we haven't had a single puncture. We're pleased with the way AdSeal's worked and we're going to continue using it, and it's saved us a fortune.
Luxury has found its home in the Loughrea Hotel and Spa, located just 20 minutes from Galway City, overlooking Loughrea Lake and the Galway countryside, offering the finest in dining, weddings, meetings and events. Relax and unwind in the Shore Island Spa. Book your stay today, www.loughreahotelandspa.com. No trip from Mayo to Dublin is complete without stopping off at Felix Hotel. Sample our all-day breakfast, try out our extensive lunch and dinner menu, or break up the journey and stay the night in one of our luxury rooms. Felix Hotel, home from home on the way to Croke Park. Visit our website for more information.
Mark your calendars, folks, because the Achill Half Marathon and 10k run is taking place on July 4th in aid of the Irish Cancer Society, proudly sponsored by Irish TV. The event is open to all, so be sure to join us for a great day out.
Austin O'Malley Carpet and Furnishing in Westport, County Mayo will look after your home from beginning to end. All carpeting supplied and fitted, all furniture supplied and delivered free of charge. Plus, we even dispose of your old bed at no extra cost. We also have an interior designer available at your request. So call to our showroom today or visit austinomalleyfurnishings.ie.
Albany Home Decor, Ireland's leading chain of decor retailers. Our expert and friendly staff are passionate about colour and design. We stock all the leading brands in paints, wallpapers, blinds and lighting. We pride ourselves on offering best value every day. Call into our stores or check out our website. Albany, nobody does decor better.
Galway County Matters, in association with Gort Golf Club. 365 days of championship golf on your doorstep. www.gortgolf.com.
Welcome back to part 2. Eleanor Roosevelt once said that a woman is like a tea bag. You never know how strong she is until you put her in hot water. And that quotation is particularly apt for Galway businesswomen who have strived and survived through the recession. The Network Galway Business Awards sets out to recognise such women.
Network Ireland is an organisation that provides professional and personal development for women in business, the professions and the arts, although I suppose our membership probably encompasses most women in the professional sense. We were established in 1983. We've been going for quite a long period of time. We've got a very vibrant branch here in Galway, and I suppose this evening is the recognition of the talent within the organisation at a local level, our Business Awards, and they take place around the country, culminating in a national awards in September, which will be taking place back in my home space in Westport, County Mayo. The organisation, as I said, has been established for a long period of time. It offers great support for professional women from lots of different walks, lots of different sectors, through peer-to-peer networking, support, learning, seminars and so forth.
Tonight's event is the most important event of the year for Network Galway. It's about celebrating women in business and the effort that women make in business in Galway, and it's about celebrating those efforts and giving them some recognition for their hard work.
It's a very challenging time, or we're coming out of a very challenging time for everyone in business, and in particular support networks like yourself are vital to women in business.
It's networking is a great opportunity for women to increase their business. We find that women will turn to, or in any networking group, that people will turn to people within their group for services that they might be looking for. So if they have a colleague in a networking group who's a solicitor, there's a bigger chance of them contacting that person than maybe looking up online for a solicitor, and it's probably more important than ever to network.
As well as the awards, the audience were treated to motivational speakers.
I suppose what I'm going to talk about tonight really is my own story, about how my career has evolved over the years, the kind of challenges that I faced, but that every woman faces in business, and they're not unique to women either. They're just about finding your own path, what makes you happy, what fulfills you, and being true to yourself and all of that, and finding happiness in your career, in work, but also overall and most importantly in your life.
I believe you have a strong connection to Galway.
Well, I was in university here for 4 years. My mum was in university here a few years before me too. So I always call Galway really my spiritual home. I suppose your university or your formative years, and it's very much where I feel I grew up and transitioned between teenage adolescence and being ready to go out into the world and start my career. So I got a great grounding in that and basis in Galway. So it's always an absolute delight to come back here.
My big mantra in this era of kind of doom and gloom and people wanting to be offended all the time by stuff online, my thing is you got to control the controllables. So there's a recession on. What can you do? Absolutely nothing. But what you can control is things like your health, your marketing, your PR. developing your selling skills, developing your business skills in general. And I've been so lucky that I have a great dad who taught me everything I knew. I came from a country pub in North Kerry, learned my communication skills there, developed that as I went along, and now in the PR game. So it's all about chatting and talking and communicating. And I have a selling company, I have a PR company, I'm developing digital content. So it's all related. So everything to do with communications, I'm stuck in it, and I learned it all from selling pints at a pub in North Kerry.
And in terms of the importance of marketing and PR for example, women in business now, how much of a priority is that in promoting their business?
I guess more than ever, it is probably one of the most important things. I mean, how do you stick yourself outside of the crowd? How do you lift yourself out of the ordinary? How can you get your publics, your selling people, your customers, how do you get them to come to you? What makes you special? What are these famous USPs they talk about in marketing? It's all about keeping things simple, working on, basically what I always say is always try and upskill and whatever affects your business, do courses, do marketing courses, do courses in digital marketing is all the rage now. It's something I actually have to do. I'm very weak in the digital space. It's something I know I must do. So we never stop learning. We never stop selling, even when we're on the street, taking opportunities when we're networking. It's never ending, it never stops, and you've got to keep the awareness going, especially if you have your own business.
Frank, you're just after arriving here at the Business Awards for Network Galway. How important are events like this for businesses in Galway?
They're very important. It all goes to promote the entrepreneurial spirit in Galway. There's a fantastic business community in Galway. All the business organisations get on well together in the promotion. We're all looking in the one direction of the promotion of Galway there, in trying to move Galway forward to Galway is the regional capital, and if it doesn't happen in Galway, it doesn't happen in Connacht there. What we're trying to do is raise the employment levels, the income levels, and to compete with the Dublins and Corks of this world.
And congratulations to the award winners Yvonne Mullaney, Patricia O'Toole, Niamh Costello and outstanding businesswoman Carmel Brennan. Finally this week, we get entertained by my fellow sponges.
Well, I've been dining with the bulls, the crowns of thorns and sage and toads. I've been juggling some skulls at the gates of ancient Muslim temples. And I've rattled out the song through every stone in these old cobbled streets. And I've been worn out every bone, every toe, these poor sorry feet. And oh, lost love, please know I always loved you best. And oh, lost love, please know I never missed you. Well, I must have tiptoed back along the road that tends towards sweet salvation. Oh, but I missed the bliss trip and fell. All is well if it ends well, if all ends in all damnation. Without the extraordinary kindness of granddaughters of tyrants, the song could not be sung. Oh, but I had to get along with, I felt that grip upon what they thought was my heart, but was actually my lung. And oh, lost love, your face is tattooed on my brain. And oh, lost love, well, I may never see it again.
remarkable group of musicians there, and you can get details on their upcoming gigs on their Facebook page. Well, that's it for this week's programme. Remember, if you'd like to suggest a story for us to cover, just email us at galway@irishtv.ie or contact us on social media. The details are on screen. Until next Friday at 8:30, slán go fóill.
Galway County Matters, in association with Gort Golf Club. 365 days of championship golf on your doorstep. www.gortgolf.com.
Are you an older person? Do you live alone or in isolation? Do you live in fear of crime? Do you want to be able to remain in your own home with independence and peace of mind? Helping South provides a wide range of socially monitored alarms that ensure you can continue to be an active member within the community and be happy and safe in your own home. For information on the full range of our services, please contact us at 090 644 5081, email us or check out our website. Peace of mind for you and your family, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
Nevins in County Mayo offers accommodation and quality fresh food all day, every day. Nevins is the ideal location for all gatherings and can accommodate any party, large or small, and we're also registered to hold civil ceremonies. Nevins is a perfect location to explore the Greenway and take in all the exquisite scenery that West Mayo has to offer.
It's simple, it's cost effective. It's virgotires.com, the low-cost website for car, van and SUV tyres. Order your tyres from the comfort of your home or office. Visit virgotires.com and purchase superior quality tyres with free delivery nationwide and fitting partners in every corner of Ireland. It's high time you got a proper grip. Log on to virgotires.com, the low-cost website for car, van and SUV tyres.
Irish TV presents Ireland's Wedding Guide 2015, the ultimate guide for your perfect day. Check out the fairy cake from Colleen's, County Sligo. Make your special occasion complete with the fairy cake. The weddings, birthdays and christening cake specialists. Sprinkle some magic on your special occasion with the fairy cake. Gerard Anthony, the menswear superstore in Carrick-on-Shannon, is the Northwest's #1 wedding and formal hair specialist. We are home of the finest international brands to make sure you look your best for your big day. Gerard Anthony, the best for style, service and availability. Imagery Booths, Ireland's premier booth company specialising in the hire of state-of-the-art photo and HD video booths. Now with Merrioke, that is karaoke in the photo booth. Check out our website. Your guests will go home, the cake will be eaten and the flowers will die, but your photos will last forever. Contact Jessica about capturing the story of your special day with images you'll treasure. Packages to suit every budget and style of wedding. If you would like to advertise your business here on Irish TV, contact us now on 098 56 582 or email sales@irishtv.ie.
Fáilte, I'm Jerry Byrne. Join me right here for the Irish Music Lounge on Channel 191 every Monday evening between 7 and 8. Every Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday afternoon from 2 o'clock until 3 and every Thursday night from 10 o'clock. Join myself together with Lawrence Cutner, bringing you some of the very best in Irish music. Like teardrops off an angel's wing. I look forward to the pleasure of your company.
This week on the programme, we'll be coming to you from Drum Village to Davenant and right back into Monaghan Town. And here's a quick glimpse of what you can see on tonight's show.
We start by meeting Gerard Sherlock, a dairy farmer just outside Tadavnet, who gives his opinion on the recent milk quotas and explains life as a dairy farmer. We head towards Drum to meet craft enthusiast Lorna Soden to tell us all about her passion for glass painting. We meet the local karate group in the Monaghan Leisure Complex, where I get a lesson from the master. And finally, we finish off with some music from two fresh-faced local musicians who call themselves Ruben, to give us an exclusive of their first single. So just outside the village of Tadavnet, I've come here to meet local dairy farmer Gerard Sherlock to find out about his daily routine, and with the recent abolishment of the milk quotas, finding out what exactly this means for dairy farming.